Mixed feelings. Ready to proceed with Harris. When President Joe Biden announced his resignation, one lifelong Democrat feels he was not alone in feeling relieved and sad. "It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president," he wrote in his announcement. "While it has been my desire to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand aside and focus completely on my duties as president for the balance of my term." Biden was trailing in crucial states in the polls. Many prominent Democrats and wealthy fundraisers were pressuring him to drop out of fear of losing. Many of U.S. Union Joe followers viewed the president's decision to mean he wouldn't risk losing his presidency, and most critically, our democracy, to an authoritarian or neo-fascist. He selflessly resigned and immediately endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris. MAGA world was excited about Trump's chances of winning his old job back after the GOP National Convention. They touted a November red wave. Where have we heard that? We now have jubilation and cautious hope, at least for now. Harris instantly revived party enthusiasm. She's raising money and getting union endorsements, including mine. In new polls, she's improving or ahead of Biden against Trump. Harris has secured enough delegates for the nomination at next month's DNC. Biden's retirement and Harris's rapid campaign success have frightened Team Trump. It's very evident that the former president and convicted felon is terrified by having to run against Harris, Hafiz Rashid wrote in the New Republic. Once Harris replaced Biden, Trump, who made 30,573 incorrect or misleading claims as president, turned to Truth Social for more truth-torturing, according to The Washington Post. He called Biden the worst president in the history of the United States by far. Presidential grandeur may be in the mind of the beholder, but this notion is laughable, commented New York Times writer Stephen Ratner. More than 150 current and former members of the President's and Executive Politics section of the American Political Science Association ranked Mr. Trump last, behind James Buchanan, caught allowing the Civil War to start, and Andrew Johnson. Mr. Biden was 14th best, exceeding Woodrow Wilson and Ronald Reagan. A South Florida Sun-Sentinel editorial said, "Joe Biden has been as fine a president as any, and better than most." His record warranted a second term. He resigned to let someone younger and healthier finish the job of protecting the nation and the world from Donald Trump. He left the campaign, the most unselfish act by any politician since Lyndon Johnson's 1968 exit, the tabloid wrote. Nobody could do what Biden did without loving his nation more than himself. It was magnificent and historic, like his election 4 years earlier. The moment is also touchingly sad. What prompted Biden was how surveys had spread defeatism and panic among other party leaders, down-ballot Democrats, and key funders, not the Republican nominee's character and record. The editorial cited Colorado Representative Jason Crow, D. "It's unfair, but true." Indeed. Anyway, I'll never forget that one of my greatest and smartest students texted me shortly after 12:46 p.m. CDT, Sunday, to tell me Biden had resigned. At 10:24 a.m. CST, on November 7, 2020, our TV screen flashed with the MSNBC graphic "My wife, Melinda, and I had impatiently awaited since the polls closed on November 3, a checkmark with the magic words, President-elect Joe Biden. On a slip of white ruled paper, I kept track of Biden and Trump electoral votes. After pausing the remote, I smiled near the TV as Melinda took a photo of me and my notes. Our home wall has a framed photo, notes, and Biden-Harris bumper sticker. On Wednesday, I played Happy Days Are Here Again at home. After the November 5 election, I plan to turn it up again. The sooner Harris and her VP win, the better. While looking for Harris for President buttons and bumper stickers, I hope to find some with my union's blue logo, the American Federation of Teachers. AFT endorsed Harris first after supporting Biden in 2020 and 2024. I also want to see the first Harris-Trump debate. Dustin Rehn-Stedler, Kentucky State AFL-CIO president, is too. Rehn-Stedler added, "If there's one thing that irritates and gets under the skin of Donald J. Trump, it's a powerful woman. That applies to strong women of color. Trump is a racist and sexist when it comes to women. If you want a preview of how that argument will go, observe how Kamala Harris handled Attorney General Barr and Jeff Sessions, Ryan Stedler said. He meant Trump-era Senate hearings. Harris outperformed Trump attorneys General Robert Barr and Jeff Sessions as a prosecutor, California Attorney General, and Senator. Same with Brett Kavanaugh, Trump Supreme Court nominee. If Harris as DA on a debate stage doesn't scare the race-baiting, sexist bully boy, watching Harris versus Barr, Sessions, and Kavanaugh should.